Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and this video will be a bit different to all my other videos in YouTube. That is because I want to create some practical Dynamo course. My goal is to encourage and motivate people to create their own scripts. I think that even if you like idea to use Dynamo, you should try, you should go with a simple script, and later if you like that work process in Dynamo, I think if you start using those scripts, you will be more efficient in your everyday tasks. That is the one goal. Second goal is that I want to introduce the Dynamo interface and all essential functions that Dynamo have. And I think if you finish watching this video and a couple other videos, that you will be able to create this kind of scripts by yourself. And again, this should be a practical course. So each of these video will have goal to create some script which we can use in the future. So the goal for this script is to create a new Dynamo script which can change all view names in the project to use uppercase. So in this video we will cover essential comments inside the Dynamo, including Dynamo interface, and I will show you only the elements which we'll use in this script, because if I start explaining you all the functions inside the Dynamo, eventually you will forget all the things which you don't use. So we will go step by step, and first of all we will learn what we need in order to build this first script, and later as we progress I will also explain some other things. We will start with this script in a way that we need to basically read all view names that we have inside the Revit, inside the project, in order to transfer that to Dynamo, and later we will manipulate with that view names in a way that we will convert those elements into string, into the text, and when we convert that to text we can split, replace, and transfer that to uppercase, and all of that will be just in Dynamo. So at the end, again, we need to learn now, when we change all view names, how we will change those values back in Revit. And also one very important part in order to build this script and understand that script is to learn how to manipulate with lists, especially with two-level lists. So when you need to read only one index in a two-level list, there is a way how you can do that. So that is basically what we will cover in this script, but also we will also cover some small things which can help us in order to build this script. Now let's go to Revit. So this is my Revit sample project file. I did create this sample file in order to test my other Dynamo scripts, and in this file I have some default view names, and you will also have this kind of view structure and view names if you run new project by using mechanical template. And now we will use Dynamo to change all those view names to use uppercase. So now in order to run Dynamo, we need to go to Manage tab and to find that Dynamo icon, and you will run Dynamo on this way for all Revits, I think from the version 2019. So I'm using Autodesk Revit 2020, but if you're using 2019 or 2021, it should be the same. So now we are waiting for Dynamo Windows to pop out, and this is like home screen. And if we want to create new Dynamo script, we need to click on new. Now this is our like working area, and in this area we will drop our nodes. On the left side we have a library, and those library have categories and subcategories, and below we have a list of additional package which we will cover in the next videos. And this option below, it's very important. If this option is set to automatic, whenever you change something in your script, it will automatically reflect to Revit. But if you choose to go with manually, every time when you connect some nodes, you will need to hit that run button. And we will see that in a couple of minutes. Now I will leave that option to be automatic. And also, if you want to create some Dynamo script which will use some geometry, you can switch between this 3D preview and node preview. So you can rotate, pan, whatever you need to do. But for this script, we will use only this view because we will not deal with geometry in this script. So first of all, we need to collect all views that we have in the Revit project. We will need to call all elements by category. And when we need to find some node inside the library, we can use this search option. So if I start typing all elements, we want to use all elements of category. And also we need that default node for categories. So I did start typing category, and this second node is the node which we need to use. So now we want to select a category of view. So we will set this node to use views category. Now we will connect these two nodes. I will simply left click on this category and connect to this node. And the important thing to remember is that you should try to match those types. So now we did connect categories with all elements of category. And if I hover below this pin and click on that, I will pin this preview. So again, if I hover and move my mouse, that additional window will disappear. So now if I hover and click on that pin, when I move my mouse, that window will remain. And now I have all elements from my project in this node. So for example, if we want to find this east elevation, we will scroll down and here it is. So now we have that view, and we also have this identification number or ID. And now in order to manipulate with the name of the views, I think that the best way to change those names is to convert those elements to string. String is the type of data which is actually text. So now if I start typing string, I can see that here I have a node which will convert string from object. I click on that option, and with the left click, basically, when I catch this node and move it with the left click, I basically drag that node. I usually try to have like straight lines between the nodes. So now I will connect those elements with string to object. Any elements, any type of data can be connected to this object part of the node. So here I have 33 views in my project. So I expect here to have also 33 items as text. So when you compare those outputs, you can see here that I did have a name and also I did have an identification number, but now here I have only name. So I will unpin this output, and now because the name of the view is actually only this part here, so now we can split those values in order to have only the value for the name. So now let's try a second way to find some nodes. So if you don't want to search, or you did type some value in the search field but you didn't find the node which you want, you can always go to the category of the library. So we will play with the strings. We want to modify existing strings, so we expect that split node should be somewhere here. So now when I hover over this split node, on the right side I also have a description of that node. So now if I left click on that node, it will pop out in the working area. So now I need to connect string to string. And I also need to tell this node what will be the separator. So good thing for separator here can be this space equals space characters. So let's try to use that as a separator. And now when you want to create new string, either you can just type string and use this node, or we can find that string node in the library. And when we want to create new string, it will not be in this category of strings. It will be in the category of input, basic input, and string. So now we can type space equal space and connect that as a separator. And again, because we did enable this automatic option, every time when we make some change, our script will automatically perform a change. So you can see if I change this to manual, now maybe change my separator. For example, I will use bracket. And now if I want to see if there is any change, no, there is not any change. In order to see that change, I need to click on the run, and now my script is changed. So that is the difference between manual and automatic option. We can leave automatic option, and again we will correct this. It should be space equals space, and now we have something like this. So we now created a list. So every item from those 33 items have basically two additional items. So index number 0 now have two values, values before separator and values after the separator. And now we want to pick up only elements with index 1. And after that we will also clean this close bracket. So now we need to use this node. If you type index, you will find this get item at index node. All of these nodes are generic Dynamo nodes, and you should have it at the moment when you install the Revit. So you don't need those additional packages. So now we have a list. We can connect this list with our new node. And now this node also expects the number, which will present the index. So again, we can either type the number and find a node, or we can use code block. You can call code block if you click 2 times on the left click on your mouse. So if you double click, you will see that code block will pop out. So, and also if you insert some node which you didn't want, if you just select that node and hit that delete button on the keyboard, you will delete that node. As I told you, we can either use the number and enter this number and connect to this get item at index, or we can just type the number inside this code block. And now if you take a look, you probably expect to have 33 items with view names, but actually this is very logical. You did connect a list to this node and you say, okay, from entire list, give me all elements at index 1. And actually you did receive that. Your output is correct. And now the thing that you need to learn is that in Dynamo and in general in list you have a levels. So this is like first level of the list. And if you have a sublist in your list, that would be level 2. Again, if you here have some additional sublist, it will be level 3. So now if I click on this arrow here and check this box for use levels, automatically level 2 will be selected. And now, because we did tell this list to use level 2, now we have the values which we expected. And that is okay. I will just move those nodes a little bit. And finally, we said that we also want to delete this closed bracket. And again, we can use either that split option and perform this again, or we can use that replace node. So if we type replace, we'll find modify strings, replace. So now we need to connect the string. That is okay. We need to tell this node what to search. If you want, you can type strings and left click on that node, but you also can select this node and copy that node with your keyboard buttons and paste it here. And now we want to say space and close bracket, search for that and replace with blank string. And let's see the output. So now we have only the names for our views, and now we need to convert those names to be uppercase. And if we type in the search field upper, you can see that in this modify library we have dedicated node for that. So if I left click on that, insert it somewhere here, connect string to string, and now let's check the output. So now everything is uppercase, and if we unpin this output, we can see what we managed to do so far. So first of all, we know that we need to work with view category. We did call all elements of category. This node gives our entire list of elements that we have in the project. Then, because we want to manipulate with a name, we did convert those element names to text. Then we did split that entire text to two pieces, and from that point we did pick up only items at the index 1. Also, we did want to replace that bracket character. We did that, and at the end we did connect a string to upper node. Now we have names, but if you see our names in Revit, nothing's changed, and that is okay because we did change those names just in Dynamo. Now we need to change the names in the Revit. So now if we go to the Revit for a moment, if you click on some view, you will see that all views have dedicated parameter for name. You need to know exactly the name for that parameter. So now we need to change inside the Dynamo parameter which is called view name. And let's do that. And now we need to use this node. Sometimes it's hard to find a node, so you can try searching here, or you can use right click on your mouse and you can start typing here set parameter. So if you use too many characters, you will not have proper result. So I did type just set PA, and now if I scroll down, I can find that same node. So now we need to deliver 3 items to this node. First of all are the elements. So if we want to change the names for all elements, that is easy, because here we already have all elements. So I can move this node here and deliver the list of elements to this node. What is the parameter name? Once again, we did say parameter name is a view name. So we will type that as a string. Again, you can find it in the search field, insert it here, and now type view name, connect that, and now we need to deliver new values. And if we connect this, we did change all those names inside the project. And we also have some warning, and let's see what is the warning. Operation failed, no parameter defined by that name. But actually, as we can see in the project, that operation was successful. We did change all the names, so we can ignore this warning. And basically, that is the entire script. And now I can close all those outputs. Maybe I can rearrange a little bit this position of nodes. And if you want, you can group different parts of your node. So, for example, you can select those two nodes, and you can ignore it for now, this additional package. But by default, you can right-click on any node and set Create Group. You will have some default text here. You can double-click on that and change that to be all elements by category, and you can maybe select all of that, create new category. So if you have green color here, you can right click on the group and say, okay, here we can use blue color. And again, if I double click, I can say I can change description for that group. And finally, I can create new group, use maybe red color or orange, and say this is result. And of course, like in any other program and any other documents, you should save your script. You just need to find the right place to store that script, save. Now you can close that Dynamo window, and maybe if you duplicate this view and you have some random name, you want to run that script again, you don't need to go to Dynamo again. You can just call that Dynamo Player. So again, Dynamo Player is in that Manage tab, and you need to click on this Dynamo Player. So you need to find that location in which you did store the script, and now you just can click on that play button. The script will run, and when the script is completed, you can see that script successfully changed your name. Again, it will report some warnings, but as far as I see, everything is okay. That's it. That is for this first tutorial. If you have any wish for some other lessons and some other topics, you can leave the comment. Thank you for watching. Bye.